My name is Sid Gandhi from Polybase. Me and my co-founder Callum, we started Polybase kind of towards the beginning of the summer in May of this year. Both of us have backgrounds in data infrastructure and developer tooling. I used to work at Apple, most recently was at Cruise, and Callum was at YC-backed Snapboard. And basically the problem we saw in Web3 was that storing structured data at scale in a decentralized way was pretty difficult. We ended up talking to about 100 Web3 developers, and they all kind of told us the same thing. They were using IPFS Filecoin for their file storage. They had smart contracts with for their tokens or payments, and then they were storing their data in Postgres or Firebase. And that was a clear kind of area that we thought we could build something cool in. So our mission is to restore humanity's control of its information. Sounds kind of similar to the Filecoin mission. And we're keenly aware that today information collection and exploitation at scale kind of permeates our society, and like the key pillars of our society, like politics, commerce, and culture, are pretty much all extremely data-driven. And not just that, they're data influencing. And so we see a lot of challenges around that. And we see a solution, though, which is self-sovereign data. And so our vision is to build a single database for the world, something that's developer-friendly, end-to-end encrypted, and self-sovereign. And so I like to put it in this way. It's like Filecoin, but for tables of structured data that you can query at really fast speed, similar to Web2 performance and scale databases. And so we call ourselves a database for Web3. I have a little diagram here that helps kind of understand how like a dApp today would use Polybase. And so here's an example of like a social platform. Think like a decentralized Twitter, right? You would have kind of tokens and payments in smart contracts. That's kind of your compute layer. You would have files stored in Filecoin, like post images or videos. And then you would have things like metadata, user profiles, followers, stored in a database because you need to index that, query that at scale, shard that data, all the things we're used to in Web2 databases. Okay, so in the last 6 months, we raised our seed round. PL was part of that round as well. Thanks, Brad. We partnered with Polygon, Near, and Lit Protocol. With Polygon, we're building out a partnership both on the dApp development side, kind of developer courses and education, as well as building with their Maiden team that's building the ZK EVM. With Near, we're building a bridge so that Near developers can use Polybase natively in their smart contracts. And with Lit Protocol, we're building a integration for permissions and key storage and stuff like that. And so we have kind of a basic version of that built into Polybase, but if you want more advanced stuff, you'll be able to use Lit Protocol. We also signed 2 flagship customers. One is a very large, quite famous DAO. They're going to be building a lot of their internal DAO tooling that they'll then open source based on Polybase. And then another one is a decentralized, kind of a cross between Patreon and Twitter. And then we launched our testnet alpha, and I put a QR code here as well because it's hard to click links on a screen share. You can visit our website. We have our docs up. You can get started by using Polybase today. And kind of a small announcement I had, and kind of the ask or action I have is we're actually launching the first app built on Polybase very, very soon. It's called Moonforms. It's an end-to-end encrypted, self-sovereign, and censorship-resistant replacement for Google Forms, or Typeform or Airtable Forms or whatever we use today. This has been quite popular so far with early customers we've talked to in the DAO space. We've also talked to a few people inside Protocol Labs, Tim, and a couple of people on the Mosaic team as well. And yeah, we're hoping to get feedback from you all. This is a forum to sign up for the early access, and we'll launch that sometime probably in the next in this month in December. So we'd love feedback from the PL team because I know we love using forums here for feedbacks and surveys and things like that. And what better way to do it than decentralized forums? So it's super easy. We have a Typescript SDK. So this is meant to be integrated into like front-end dApps. You can also query it from a smart contract that's going to be released soon. So just yarn install the clients, initialize a new database. You have to create a namespace. So that would be like Protocol Labs or something like that. And then you create a collection. The cool thing about a collection is that it's kind of like a mini smart contract. And so you define the like columns. So these are like your properties or your columns in the database. You define the index. And so that's for like querying. If you want to query something or sort something, you need to have an index over it. So that's how you define that. And then the constructor is how you create new items. And so we'll call the constructor to add rows to the database. And then you can actually individually set, the constructor is for creating the table itself. And then actually setting columns is done by setter methods like this. And then here you can do like permissions. So you can say like, if the person that's creating the update transaction is the owner of the collection, then allow it. If it's from these 5 public addresses, allow it. Otherwise, disallow adding rows to the database. That's how we do permissions. And then you can just call on the front end, again, call create on that collection. You can add the data you want for the row. And then you can update it. And then reading is super easy as well. It's just awaiting the record and then calling get on it. So it's super simple. There's a lot of kind of technical stuff behind the scenes. We use zero knowledge rollups. We post those to blockchains. A lot of fun stuff there. But you can kind of read through our white paper when you get a chance. That's all my updates. Feel free to scan those QR codes. Thanks, everyone.